The Productivity Commission Chair, Danielle Wood, is with me now. Danielle, always good to chat to you about this. You're calling now for submissions from industry, from the community, to come forward to try and identify the areas where really productivity they perceive can be improved.
Well, that's right, Ross. I mean, what we have done is we've put some shape around it for people. So we've got sort of 15 broad reform areas that we think are important, that we think could help to shift the dial on productivity. And what we're doing is asking people to respond to those and help us shape them into really practical recommendations for the government. It's fantastic to see the Treasurer identify productivity as a key priority, and we now need to help translate that into real policy action.
Okay, so I want to take you to the government itself has got its own 5 pillars of productivity. So a more dynamic and resilient economy, a skilled, adaptable workforce. It wants to harness data, digital tech, AI and all that type of stuff. It wants quality and care and to be more efficient and cheaper, cleaner energy, plus obviously it's net zero aspirations. So you have to then mould your own sort of targets and where you consider there can be productivity improvements around those pillars, don't you?
Right, and we're very happy to work under those pillars. Those are all areas that the Commission has previously identified as being critical to the productivity tasks. So we're thinking about each of those 5 pillars. What we are planning to do is really come up with sort of 2 to 4 under each pillar to give the government a really great starting point for a productivity agenda. We want to make it manageable. We want to make it practical. We want to make it implementable. But, while this window is open, we really want to make sure that the government is picking off things that can make a difference.
I was going to ask one thing. Is it also important to recognise that you are a government body and the government that's charging you with seeking ways to improve productivity, that has got to fit within their own agenda? So it's no good you coming up with some idea that you're going to radically change industrial relations or radically change the tax system. You might have those great ideas, but the fact is there's a political reality as to what's going to get through and what won't.
That's always a challenge. I mean, we are set up, even though we are a government body, we are set up to be independent. So myself and our commissioners have fixed terms, and that allows us, as you know, Ross, sometimes to say hard things. Generally how I think about it is we want to give governments a mix of things. We want some things that are perhaps at the easier end to implement, maybe on the kind of side of lower hanging fruit. But we also want to say some things that might actually be hard and be challenging and may not get done straight away. And, I think we'll be approaching this productivity task in that same way.
Okay, so a couple of the examples you put out in your paper, one of them, which is interesting, is basically interstate licensing, particularly of tradies. So if you've got a tradie in WA, they should be as easily able to get their ticket in Queensland, in Tasmania, wherever it might be. And the second one was international standards, where we acknowledge international standards so we can get skills into this country and get people working more quickly. These would give pretty quick productivity gains, according to you.
That's right. And when we've been talking about national licensing, someone from the Electrical Trades Union said that they put something out on this in 1926, I think it was. So this has been a very long-term agenda, but it is sort of mad that, you will have a natural disaster in Queensland and someone just south of the border in New South Wales can't go and help and work there. And obviously the bigger issue is the kind of long-term mobility of the trades workforce. So those are a couple of things we're looking at under national competition policy that the government has set up, working with the states. We think those are areas that are ripe for reform. Today we've put out also a broader list of possible productivity reforms under each of the pillars as well. And so we're consulting on that broader list of 15 reforms.
Well, I'll tell you what, Danielle, as you get through some of these, we'll no doubt come and have a chat again. But in the meantime, the submissions close on June 6, and the website people and business can go to engage.pc.gov.au. And I know you and I will both encourage people to do that. So many thanks for your time on the program today.
It's hugely for having me, Ross.